There we go. Hi there. Give me just a second. Just checking on the audio levels as usual. All right. Interesting. You picked that up from all the way over there. All right, so that's muted and that's muted. Perfect. Alrighty. Hello there, everyone. Hope you guys are doing well. Not going to be doing anything too crazy today. Hello, Nico. Welcome back. Nice to see you. Hopefully you had a good time in the big fella stream. Wasn't able to stick around, but I was lurking as soon as I saw he was up. How are you doing? All right. Normal. Oh yeah, welcome in, Nico. Oh, that's awesome. Let's go. I'm glad. I'm assuming he was doing his rivaling, and you are doing better. That's awesome. Nice to see Miss Yams at 100%. Whoa. All right then. Actually, let me see. So today I am going to be cleaning up my A mods. The Sims is finally working. Oh, let's go. Congrats. I was like, was it not working earlier? One second, I gotta reply to a message. It was giving up mid-game, and now it seems to have calmed down. Okay. So when does this end? This doesn't look like it's ending anytime soon. I should purchase 16 days. Okay, so it's going to be around for a few weeks. Oh, that's good. And this ends today or tomorrow, next reset, next Thursday. And that's what I want to do, is clean it up a little bit before it ends. Might as well purchase this. I'm not doing anything with it, but might as well. But congrats, Nico. I'm happy to hear that it's doing better and that you're doing better. And also, I'm happy to see you here. So thank you for taking a little bit of time out of your day to come here. I know it's a little bit in the night for you. So I appreciate you stopping in and hanging out. Oh yeah, I went to go check the shop so I can see how many modules, yeah. Good news and not good news. Oh, okay. Well, you can hit me with either one of them. Or if you don't want to say them here, you're more than welcome to send them in the Discord, but I'm happy to hear and I'm available whenever. There we go. Okay, so I came here to check on which one. Don't like each other as much, but now she's flirting with Pedro. Okay, so all is right in the world. Mm-hmm. My Sims is not wrecking any homes, and she realized how much she missed Pedro. Heck yeah. Hopefully, my Sims will find is now flirting with. Oh, goodness. I was just about to say, hopefully, my Sims will find some older cougar with money to swipe off her feet. Sweep. Sweep is the word I was looking for, not swipe. Hmm. Does want to be rich, but that's not in the storyline. Like it's part of his ambitions or like one of his characters things. Hmm. Let's drop this down a little bit because I feel I feel like the music is loud enough, but I also know that I am very loud. But that's kind of how I want it. Oh, interesting. That's cool to know, Pedro. I hope you. Is that why my sim switched? She's smelling the money on Pedro and heading in that direction. Okay, so it looks like I have a ton of quartermasters. And honestly, that's it. I would like to get everyone down to at least like 15 or so. Probably he just had a promotion. So I am so my Sims is a gold digger. Heck yeah. Acquire the bread. Even if it's someone else's bread. Mm-hmm. A respectful gold digger. True. I like that these ladies are just having a good time right there. Everything's looking okay. The game is making some noises. Got a lot of stuff for Enzo. I need to really trim it down to like the basics. Hmm. Hello, hello. Hi, Dega. Oh, let's go with the Cammy. Little uppies. And Lee. Hello. Hi there. I am doing mildly below average, but I am happy to see you nonetheless. You, and I hope you're doing well. I know energy levels have been up and down, but it's always lovely to see you. And Dega, I know it's you're still in pain from your recent event, but hopefully Assassin's Creed is providing a amazing distractions. I was looking for a little bit in your streams recently. You do stream at a strange time for me, but I try and catch it a little bit. You feel ignored. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Is it just you've been, well, hopefully you're doing okay. Like your feelings are ignored or just like ignored in general, like trying to reach out for stuff? Because I know it can be tough, like when you're looking for help and then there's just like no one around to help. I forget what his skills actually are. Okay, so his base skills in general. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Dega. But yeah, like always, you're more than welcome to message me in the DMs if there's something you wish to talk about privately. But I am very happy to see you here, and I appreciate you opening up and letting me know how you are doing. Even if it's not always the best, it's still good to hear about it. But thank you for being here. Jed, thank you all of you for being here. Oh, that's right. I meant to add a redemption that I do want to make it so um I don't know if I mentioned it last time or anywhere particularly. I think I do want to make it so that people can earn points for their subs because I know a lot of the times it's not easy to subscribe. But if you save up enough points, I would be more than happy to gift you one. So I'll probably set that up next stream. And it'll probably be a pretty decently high amount, obviously, because it requires spending some money, but it is still like a meaningful thing. So hopefully, you guys can enjoy it. And oh my goodness, Adretta with the 55 stream streak. I know you yourself are busy doing amazing things on Destiny. So thank you so much for stopping in and showing off how huge of a streak you have. And like I always say, we love to see people streaking around here. So I will be sure to get the camera. Thank you, thank you. Enjoy, your lurk and take care of yourself. Oh, I know, Dega, I know. I do still get the notification, like it still pops up, so I only hop in whenever I can. But sometimes I like get the notification. It's like he streamed like 5 hours ago, and it's like, oh, okay, that's a bit of a late stream. But I understand as long as you're comfortable when you stream and like however it's good for you. That's what matters. There we go. Sorry about that. Was just replying to a message. Hello, hello, Sarah. Nice to see you. It's amazing to have you here. I saw you were having a little bit of fun on Power earlier. I actually don't know if you are still on, but if you are, I hope you're having a good time. Thank you so much for stopping by. Lee, you know there's no such thing as small around here. We love to see streaks of every size. And it's always appreciated. And I'm sorry you got sick. I hope you feel better soon. But yay, yeah, seriously, yay! Thank you for the streak. Um, sorry about that. Like always, we love to see people streaking around here, big or small, as long as it's happening. And in my field of view, we will be sure to record it for all of time. So thank you so much. But yeah, Sarah, I hope you're taking care of yourself, and best of luck with the gaming and the subathon, because you're definitely getting up there. I hope it doesn't impede on any of your life stuff. All right. So for right now, like I said, I am just checking on re-rolling Enzo because I have a lot of stuff for him. I'm probably going to try and get rid of more than I really want to, but I just want to see what provides damage. So his damage is mostly done in Dimension, and at least at his base form. And let's equip this one. And this is just a different kind of supply unit. This one is the one that provides crit weapon and crit rate, if I'm... Yeah. Crit damage and multi-hit. Okay. That's really good. I'm always happy to see every one of you guys here, so thank you so much. Alright, let's see. So it's about the same. So it's still Dimension in his damage. So I think he usually wants... I don't know if... Does his passive... Or does he scale off of anything? Yes, he has a damage multiplier on shields. So if I can get high shields, probably duration and other things, it'd probably be a good idea. And this one, that's still a damage in Dimension. This is a different... That's a damage in Dimension. Okay, so it seems like Dimension is his damage form. A different kind of supply unit. And this is his passive. It's still based off shields, but he has a larger multiplier on this one. That's really cool. Focus fire. Everything changes. Because I know this one is mostly his skill abilities. Yeah, more missiles. Oh, but this one is singular. And this turret mode is also singular. And this is singular. Oh, so he has a singular one. So whether we get a high singular or a high dimension, it's good. And this one doesn't scale off his shields anymore. Interesting, but it's mostly on his gun. Oh, okay. Looks. So that's good to know. That way we can tell what we need. Wait a minute. Wait a freaking minute. 6. Thank you absolutely so much for the resubscription. So, just to quickly confirm, this says, yeah, 6 is the best number. Well, right next to 3, but because you are the star today with the sub, I will agree with you. So this here is telling me that you have subscribed for 3 months at tier 1. Is that 3 months of tier 1, or it's just been 3 months back to back? I can see what you mean by it looking confusing. Yeah. But seriously, Six, thank you so much. It means a lot to me that anyone here sticks around with their subs and enjoys the emotes. Now, I know so many of you guys stream, but just to show appreciation to Six's sub, I will be giving her a quick shout out and to say thank you so much. We all know Six as the sleepiest little Destiny 2 guide this side of the galaxy. Everyone does, yeah, for sure. But my little computer, I can't type in it without it getting a little bit of a stutter. So that's why I have to be like very managing with it. I have to do it from my phone sometimes. But yes, every single person here does deserve a shout out and deserves all the support. Yes, everyone does. Welcome in, Cammy. Hello, hello. Cute Million, exactly. Six is cute. All of the lovely nicknames. And thank you so much for being here. Hi, Cammy. Hope you guys are doing okay. It's a toast. Did you pop up because it's Olivia? Either way, I'm happy to have you here, Cammy. And all of you are just as equally amazing for even just being here. So thank you, thank you. That was a happy accident. Gotcha, gotcha. Well, welcome home, Cammy. I know you've probably been home for a while, but hopefully you're not melting too much. Singular power boost, HP and range. So that's not too bad. Dimension skill modifier max shield. I kept this one for the shield. That's a good damage boost on his crit rate and crit damage. It's 327 is not bad, but I believe Enzo is a 10% crit descendant. So he needs more. Oh, let's go with the big fella shakes. Heck yeah. Thank you guys so much. Non-attributed duration. Singular modifier can be rough. Shields, singular, and cost. That's an interesting one. Crit damage with dimension on dimension. If I can get my crit rate up. Actually, that one I might get rid of this one. I don't think I would want this very much. Let's mark it for destruction. MP and cooldown. MP is probably really important, but probably not as much as I think so. But let's roll it just a few times just to see. I have 152 purples. Might as well just start eating through those. That was a crit rate one, which wasn't too bad. And here's another crit rate one. But a loss in range is really tough, so let's leave that one alone. Heck yeah, everyone twerking it out. Let's go. Cooldown's very important. I like that one. Dimension on attribute. That's just straight damage on the dimension one. Very interesting. Shield on the singular, but the singular build doesn't really need that one in crit damage. So that's high shield, but don't really need it. So let's go ahead and roll that one. On attribute crit rate range. Whatever. Let's get rid of the red so I don't have to see it. Crit rate. One more. Let's do 6. Let's leave it. Yeah, let's leave it at 6, and then we'll get rid of it. Yeah, it's already marked for deletion. Hey, Angel. Welcome in and welcome back. And big fella shaking it up in here too. Let's go. Sharing all the big fella emotes. And we cannot ignore Cammy with her massive streak, just running around, shaking it all about. Thank you so much for the 80 stream streak. I think you currently hold one of the biggest streaks in the stream. So thank you, Cammy. You know we love to see it, and you know I have to get the camera. So thank you. Exactly, Cammy. Shaking it for all of your streak loving fans. Heck yeah, let's go. Thank you, Angel, for the song. Appreciate it. This is a cooldown and duration. Oh, 1 second. Is it this one? Because I just got a notification that the okay, it did go through. Cool. Whoa, holy heck. More streaking. Big fella out here shaking it, rat dance, yams. And he brought out the freaky Jeff. Hell yeah. Big fella knows how to make an entrance with his streak. But yeah, everyone's just laying out their goods right on the table. So thank you, Cammy and Big Fella, for their recent streaks. Lee as well, Adretta. All of you guys are absolutely amazing. Streaking in solidarity, true. You can't be any closer than when you are streaking side by side. Cooldown and duration is a good one. And did I just crash? I did just crash. Heck yeah. Right as I rolled. Hey, we look forward to it, Angel. Oh, streaking. I was like, you know you can stream. Um, Angel, I am currently working on Enzo. So if you have any input as to what I should focus on, I'd appreciate it. But I just checked him. I know most of his mods have dimension as their damage. I'm assuming he wants duration. And I know he wants shield because he scales off of shields for most of his mods. So I'm just wondering, like, if you have any input on what should be prioritized in that kind of stuff. Because I have a couple of decent ones in here, but most of them still need to be, like, dismantled, really. That's a decent 327, but that's only on a 15, and I'm pretty sure he's a 10 or a 5 crit descendant. But of course, if you're not too sure or don't have any particularly strong inputs, no worries. I'm just, trying to guess, yeah. Because I have the most for him right now, and I'm trying just to get rid of some of them. I'm trying to lower it down to at least 2 or 3 rows, so at least less than 20 per character. Because I have all of my mods are full on most of my characters, and I have almost full on my mailbox, so I'm just trying to like chew through them as best I can. Shields and HP. Yeah, that one's trash. That one's trash. Range might not be super important, although I'm sure it helps. This one I can probably trash. If it has the little gold triangle at the top, I'm marking those for trash. So I have this one. This one is not super terrible. It's got like a little bit of shield and a little bit of HP, but it's a triple positive, so it doesn't work super good. That's what I figured, yeah. And this is my only crit rate one, so I need to be on the lookout for that one. And this one's good for duration and non-attribute boost. This one's almost 100 boost, which is pretty nice. That one's for like the turret damage. Singular, shield, and yeah, so Singular's only on that one gun build, so I don't think this one's good. Might get rid of this one. That one's I'm getting rid of this one. This one's at 6. I still have a lot. Let's roll it down to 7. Yeah, this one has a max shield negative, so I'll be able just to look at it and not worry about it. But thank you, everyone, for stopping in. Cammy, I hope you are doing well. Give me just one moment. Need to go check on something real quick. Yeah, I do want to make at least, I'm gonna have one of these rolls be for damage, but I know he's a support character, so I'm probably gonna try and go for shield, duration, and cooldown just for like a support build. All right, so yeah, duration and cool. And nice for ammo turret. Okay, okay. Yeah, I have this one, but you said singular and crit for pure DPS build. So that's because of the firearms one, right? So I checked his mods, and the only one where singular does damage is his focus fire one, this one. Everything is switched to singular, but every other one, his damage is on dimension. Yeah, like this is on dimension, this is on dimension. Yeah. As far as skills go, yeah. So if I was to build a DPS would be his focus fire. So should I not worry about dimension at all for his other builds? Hmm. Yeah, I'm just gonna go back, yeah. Since the modifier is so low. Yeah, that's what it was, right? Yeah. Yeah, a lot of his stuff is actually kind of low in general. I mean, I guess for a support build, they don't want to give him numbers in the thousands. But like this one, the bomb one is what's like not too bad, right? Yeah, because that's focus. And this bomb is still in the 2000s. So like this bomb one can be like decent damage as far as it goes. And that bomb one is the same throughout. It's the only one that... Mm-hmm. Yeah, so the single missile bomb one is the one that it can do the most damage. And the turret... Yeah, the missile is also not too bad. Mm-hmm. So this is a dimension. Do I have a dimension one in here somewhere? Yeah. I had a dimension one in here somewhere. Yeah. So that one raised it up by 100, or that one only raised it up by 50, which means that is the... So it's an increase of 55. No, 4 and 4.26. So whichever one is 4.26. So the modifier is the only one that actually increases it. The skill boost, is that done afterwards? 4.26. Yeah, 4.2 and 6. Yeah. So the modifier is actually the only thing that actually adjusts it, which is kind of interesting. Nice to meet you. But this is the what I want to check out is the modifier and the thing. So I wonder why the dimension skill power boost ratio. So the power boost ratio is based off of what's on like his skill one, right? Like where's his power boost ratio? Why do I have a toxic power boost ratio? Probably one of my things. Indicates the boost ratio for the skill power dimensions. Along with the skill power, it affects the final skill attack. Interesting. Gotcha. Sorry. Like I'll be looking for better rolls of this eventually, but I just wanted to check that. But like some of these are pretty okay. All right. Yeah, no worries. I was just trying to get like a general feel. I'm trying to be more strict on some of these. Like this one is good, but I wouldn't know like where to put it. And the numbers are pretty low for his things. Like this one's not bad because it's just a straight damage bonus. Yeah, the numbers are too low on these. I might not even start keeping the triple negative ones. Or the triple positive ones, I mean. Yeah, see, now this one's a little bit better. Shield, non-attribute, and dimension modifiers. I'm trying to just roll to 7. A lot of blues. That's still trash though. Dimension on attribute. This one I'm not sure how it would end up being, but it's put onto something, so it's interesting. Oh, it's what he has on right now because I put it on. Strawberry wine. Okay. Yeah, let's try and at least get to 7 on some of these and see if we can roll anything better. Actually, that one I will leave on its own. Cooldown and duration, decent. I could start rolling a bunch of purples just because I have so many of them. It doesn't really affect it too much. Crit damage. Okay, cooldown, singular modifier, max shield. That's not bad. Lose out on range. That one's a maybe. The shields is not super crazy though. Ah, here's a decent crit one. Not a great crit damage, but I think I had another crit rate one like this one up here somewhere. That's a crit one that I'm just going to test out later. Now this one's duration, cooldown, and range. with a dimension skill modifier negative. It's already so low. I don't think I would want to like lose out that much. Dimension, lose out on shield. It's easy to dismantle. Singular non-attribute crit damage is pretty decent. Trying to do like 2 per roll, maybe 1 per roll right now. That one had max shield, which wasn't too bad. It's a singular skill modifier of almost 8. I think that one's not super terrible. But I'm trying not to keep, like, because I have so many of the triple positives that just roll decently. And I got to start at some point, stop going for decent and start going for, like, the good ones. Because it's going to cost me so much more in the long run to, like, keep doing that. Mm-hmm. Crit damage and duration. See, like, that's not that bad for the turret build, but I don't know if I'd be able to reach the crit without it. There we go. Sorry. All right, let's see. Colossus is almost out. His base crit is 10%, yeah, so he needs a lot more than the other one. I think 10% requires him to have like 900. So is that why is crit just like not even worth it for him? Like like he could probably reach it maybe, but I'm not sure. So is it more important for him to have crit, like, let's see, what's his crit damage? Crit. So his highest on the 2 positive, 1 negative is 510. Sorry, I'm just checking out. I'm going to go back and check the table for what does a 10% person need. A 10% person needs 500. He can almost hit. So he can't get enough crit rate even with the blue beetle. He can end up around 90% crit rate. And then whatever you can get in the arcane tuning. But does he provide his own crit rate at any point? But that's for skill. That's for skill damage. Like he's definitely a weapon descendant, so I might not even need to worry about that. So we need the perfect crit rate mod for him to actually have like crit. Shield and dimension with a little bit of cooldown is not bad. Needs fusion skills, yeah. And that's what I was like. I was just looking at the screen. Like, yeah, he would need like 800. So he even with a his max rolled crit mod, he wouldn't be able to get there. He would need assistance from outside. So he probably requires more non-attribute builds or non-crit builds. Dimension, HP, dimension. It's a trash one. It's right here. Yeah, he can get to like 50 something percent unless he has like his own crit boost ability, which I don't know if he does. Like, this is decent overall. But yeah, for his support build, it probably, yeah, the shield is so rough. Yeah, I'm just gonna try and chew through these as best I can. I do want to like get good ones, but if I don't have the thing, then that's just fine. Duration, singular skill modifier, like this overall is not bad if it wasn't for just, I'm trying not to keep triple positives because unless I know it's going to be good, like this one's not bad. Like that's a pretty high max shield, almost like, yeah, 249 is the max, so that's pretty decent. Like this is okay to keep for right now. In terms of damage, at least. But I probably do want like a cooldown. Yeah, duration and cooldown. Crit rate, cooldown, crit damage, but low on the non-attribute is such a rude mod. Decent cooldown, non-attribute. Dimension, shield, and duration. Hey now, that's not bad. On the triple positive though. Oh shit. Oh my god, wait, what the fuck? Angel, I don't know if you can see this because I know the screen is really blurry, but I got the literal max crit rate. That is 510.9 and it's 510.9 crit rate with shield. I just lose duration. That's literally the max crit rate. Like I was like, even if I got max crit rate, he wouldn't be able to hit his crit. But now I can try and get there. Holy shit. That is because this is the two positive. This is the highest it can be. Angel, this is called streaming luck. I can make a crit Enzo, at least on his skills. All right, I'm just going to go ahead and mark that one as good forever. And the other thing is shield, so that's not super terrible. The duration is such a rough loss, but not the worst. All right. That's well now that's so I'm actually a little bit like flustered because I have no idea what to do here. Uh let us see what we are doing here. Give me just a moment. Oh my goodness. 1 second. We got a raid, everybody. Hello, hello. Tosh, welcome in. How are you doing? Give me just a second. Hamburger, hamburger indeed. Give me just a second. How are you doing? Oh, you were playing some Overwatch. Oh, were your hopefully your matches were good. I know you weren't having a great time last time. You had a bit of a streak, a loss streak on the weekend, but thank you so much for stopping in. Welcome in and give me just some. Let me shout out. Let me give a shout out to Tosh. Tosh is a kind, you know, competitive individual that enjoys his gaming. Always checking up on people, always looking out for the peeps. And let me see, shout out if I can do this. There we go, proper shout out. And thank you for being here, Liz. Welcome in. Lovely to see you. Hope you are doing well. I do believe that I heard in Bunny's stream that you had some computer problems, but I hope they have worked themselves out. And again, Tosh, thank you so much for bringing everyone over. I don't know if you're in ads and anything, but just wanted to say I appreciate it immensely. Uh, if you see an empty heart at the top of the screen, I don't know if it's still up there, but be sure to give Toss a follow. Like I said, always caring, always down to check up on people. Oh, you played Rivals on the weekends. That's right. But hopefully your game weren't too bad. That's what I'm really happy about that one particular mod right there. Um, that's crazy that I just rolled the highest crit rate that this character can get. And that's going to be so interesting for his ultimate build if it does come out. But yeah, if you give me just a little bit of time, I will be doing my intro for all of the new raid people. Always got to do a little bit of a breather beforehand, but welcome in everyone. My name is Frankie or Frankie M3, whichever you prefer. I play a small variety of games, including Minecraft, Destiny 2, Marvel Rivals, and as you can see, the First Descendant. There are currently drops on for the First Descendant, so if you want to hang out and collect those, I'd be more than happy to have you here. We do like to keep things relatively calm and chill, very lurker friendly. We also have some song requests for anyone that wishes to share their lovely music taste. And if that sounds like a place you want to hang out, I'd be happy to have you here. But if you're just stopping by with the raid, that is totally okay. And I hope you have a wonderful rest of your evening. You know, make sure you take care of yourself, stay hydrated, but most importantly, make sure you rest well. Thank you, thank you. But yeah, Tosh, how was your stream? Did the matches go pretty okay? Sorry, I don't want to or actually, if you need to raid and fade, you are more than welcome to. Thank you for bringing everyone by. But if you're here to hang out for just a little bit, I'd love to hear how your games were. But absolutely no worries and no pressure. I'm just right now on the First Descendant re-rolling my mods because there's a special event going on right now that's going to end in 2 days, and I want to make sure I clear out all my A mods before it does. But yeah, thank you so much for everyone for stopping by with the Tosh raid, Liz and Tosh. Thank you, thank you. All right, let's get back to it. Dimension. I'll try and go to 5 because 7 might be a tad expensive. Singular, crit. I'm trying not to get too many blues. If I see some blues, I usually re-roll through it. Let's use one of the rings, see if anything fancy shows up. Nope. 5. I don't think I'll be playing Enzo too much, so let's give him his proper due and go for 7. Singular and Dimension is pretty decent. Crit damage and crit cost. Or not crit cost, skill cost. Not terrible. But it can be much higher. Yeah, I can go up to 269 on the double positive. So Angel recommended to me if I could ever get HP shields, that'd be a good combination. So that way I can get as much from his scaling bonus as possible. HP non-attribute dimension is good. Let's use the purple in here. That's MP and shield. It's not bad. Hi, Dega. Thank you so much for lurking about. I know times are tough, but I appreciate you being here. The shields is not bad on this one either. It's crit rate, crit cost, cooldown. That's a lot of good stuff right there. Defense duration dimension. Okay. Pretty bad on the triple positives. These are the last ones down here. Non-attribute max shield at 490. Man, that shield is rough. Can we get some shield, please? All right, after 3, we toss in a purple. Okay, there's some shields, a little bit. Not too bad. 213. Singular on the cooldown. No negatives. That's not bad. Range and non-attribute singular. 5. Yeah, I can't afford to give everyone the 7 roll treatment, but I'll do what I can. %200% crit damage, cost and duration. Oh, that's a decent dimension modifier. HP crit damage, but lose out on dimension power boost. That dimension modifier is actually, it's a little bit high. Like, I'm wondering. I mean, it's for a couple of things that would definitely increase the turret damage decently. Huh. The crit damage isn't too crazy, but the fact that it rolled with that red right there. All right, let's see. I'll hold on to that one because I'm interested to see how much of a damage increase over 100% modifier is. If we could get a modifier, like, so this is a negative crit rate, so this could go into a non-crit build. Because it's really high on the dimension power boost and a decent on the... Oh, but it can be so much better. Let's roll it. That's the thing about these, that you can get a lot of decent stuff, but you never know like what the end numbers are going to be unless someone puts out like a super calculator. Which I think there is, but I just wouldn't like have the time to just constantly put in these numbers. Ooh, wait a minute. Oh, look at this one. Here's another red max shield. It's not the max. The max is 411, and this is 404 shields. And the only thing I'm losing is range. Range at 40%, which is not bad. It's about the halfway mark of the thing. It could be worse. This is a very, very sexy mod. All right, let's go ahead and put that one in the favorites too. Damn. The Enzo luck is going crazy. Love to see it. I would still like to have one that is just like good to slap on to anything no matter what. Actually, does my voice sound a little funny? Let me see. Test. I'm just messing with the gain on this microphone to make sure it's not acting up. But again, thank you, Tosh. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your night, and anyone that stopped in. Hope you're having a good day too. All right, let's go back to trying to get some goodness here. Only 360 crit. Disgusting. Whoa. Hey now. Hmm. Now this now this is like it's a baby amount of crit, but it's got good damage on the other stuff. So like if he does crit, then it does decent stuff. But it's a triple positive. We'll keep rolling and see if we get anything decent out of it. I feel like if you have some like high colored rolls on here, that when you roll it, the game tries to compensate and at least give you some gold and some purple. So it's like it's good to have one like this where you can just constantly roll it because the other one might end up being good too. Oh, that's so rude. There's crit damage here, but negative crit rate down there. Yeah, see, those rolled constantly purple. I might keep this one just as a roll thing. Here's range, dimension on the crit rate, so... Duration range, let's lose out on the cooldown. Cooldown can be very rough. Oh, this is not super crazy, but it's both shield and HP on and we lose crit rate, so you would just give up on crit rate, which is fine. So you can do this on a non-crit build. I mean, it's 100 HP with, I mean, it could be more HP, but that's still a good one. HP and shields. There we go. Had a little bit of a plane fly over. Sorry about that. Cooldown HP. All right, we'll leave it at there. I think this one's also maybe a good one to have just to keep in the back pocket. This one's like that one, except it has HP in there. Singular and non-attribute, lose out on the crit damage. So this could go also into a non-crit build. Probably better a little bit. Shield and defense, low shield. No, this one over here is better. It's been really kind on my 2 positive, 1 negative rolls. I am dumping a fair amount of materials into these rolls, so hopefully it continues to stay kind. $260 or $230, then some MP and duration. I don't know. I haven't played him enough to know if MP is that important. I feel like MP would. By the way, this is probably one you got from range singular from onslaught. All right, that's 3 on them. Let's toss in a purple right here. HP, MP, defense. See, like that's a very pretty kind of like mod, but I was like the stats aren't really too important on it. Cooldown, MP, and a little bit of crit rate. Well, I mean, with this crit rate being so low, you would definitely need to like pump it pretty high. Well, this one's a maybe. Dimension, crit rate, crit damage. Again, it's the same problem with this, where the crit rate is in the low 200s and won't do too much because of his base one, but I don't know if his fortress thing adds any more. I'll still dismantle it just because I'm not too sure. Yeah, it's a nice one. Sleep token. I think I'll still get rid of this one too. All right, let's go ahead and dismantle a few of these. So anything with a gold tag, I'm getting rid of. I kind of wish they gave back a little bit more when it came to what, when you dismantle these, because you don't even get enough to like re-roll once. But I did end up with some pretty mean mods. Most notably, the perfect crit rate mod. This one, I still need to roll, so I'll clear this one. Because that one only has one. I should look at the rest of these. 355, yeah, I don't need this one anymore. So I can roll that one a little bit. Same with this one. This one has shield, crit rate. It's good shield. But I can roll these other ones a little bit more. There's max shields. Angel, I don't know if you can see this, but so I got a red, obviously I got the max crit rate, but then I got a shield one that's almost max shield. And one loses duration, the other one loses range. Unfortunately, the range one is probably a bit rough, but not crazy. So let's dismantle these, proceed. Yeah, under 2 rows is kind of what I want to hit for most of these ancestor mods, so that's why I need to be like very strict on what they are. So these I can roll now that I have better ones. I'll roll to 7, and then the next character I'll probably just roll to like 6 or 5. Yeah, see, nothing crazy on that one, so that's a dismantle. Decent crit rate. Range. Alright, let's toss in one of the rings, see what we get. Shield cost and range again, not terrible. Yeah, see, now this is a little bit much better of a change because I get to see how much. If this was around 100 with a different. Yeah, it's. I forgot who requested this, but it is like one of those like opera songs, right? Yeah, time to say goodbye. Yeah. I can imagine you requesting it. Singular duration shield, lose out on dimension, which is not bad for that one build, right? I saw he loses his shield scaling passive when you go to the firepower one. Good range. On attribute HP, lose out on duration. Cammy, thank you very much for being here. I appreciate you streaking earlier and for stopping in and saying hi. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your night and that you get some good sleep. Have a good night, Cammy, and, rest well. Night night, Cammy. Oh. Let's put that one just so I can get rid of it. Perfect. All right. So let's see what does he get to with. Let's get rid of this. With this mod, the crit rate mod. All right. And let's go to crit rate. There's inside, there's front lines, and there's emergency measures. So he gets to what, like 60 maybe? No, he gets to 80%. Oh, that's not too bad. 80% crit rate with that 510 thing. And I'm pretty sure I could probably sneak in some crit from the mod or the others places. By the way, you're stealing your Enzo look? Yeah. 80% crit rate is not terrible. Especially on a 10% character. If I could find crit rate anywhere else, you could definitely probably get him to 100. To power that's inside. That's so funny. That's literally the max crit rate. I can't just stop thinking about how that's crazy that is. Enzo's probably going to be the next one I level up because he's getting his ultimate soon. Because I think once I level up Daya's side ones, she's going to be the last female descendant or non-ultimate female descendant until Raven comes out. Sell it for 4K caliber? I know, right? And then I'll buy the skins or something. I'll sell it to you for 10 caliber. Too expensive? Alright. I'll sell it to you for a Snickers bar. The mini one. Alright. So fragment exchange. So who's the one that has the next most? Yeah, so Enzo's now down to 8. He was at 30 something. Hope. Serena has Snare and Ness. So it's Serena and Ines with Bunny and whoever this is, yeah. Yeah, no problem. Enjoy your food, Angel. Thank you for being here. All right, so we're going to go on to Serena. Oh, I don't know when I fell off, but there we go. Defend. Catch 'em all. Yeah, she has a lot of good ones too. That's why it's hard to pinpoint what Serena really needs for some of her stuff. Or at least Wall Crusher. I don't care about Wall Crusher on her stuff now. there. So him, which is the one most people use, doesn't change any of the damage stuff, which this is still dimension, and that's singular. Mostly you want to focus on the dimension one. But Divine Surge, I think also known as the Booba Bomb, is a singular. So if you get a high singular, that would be good for that. Collision damage is 1,000. Landing damage is 5,000. So it's pretty decent. And then the dot is pretty low. So, because she is a 10% crit rate descendant, and she has a naturally low modifier, I don't believe she can hit the necessary crit she needs. Yeah, her highest crit rate is 163. Enzo wasn't able to reach it with 500. So what you want to do with Serena is definitely go for non-attribute stuff. What am I using over here? Yeah, so I probably will have to get rid of this one because the crit damage honestly doesn't matter at all. Does she gain crit rate or anything while she's in the air? Accuracy? No, she looks like she mostly just gains attack. I don't see anything about crit in here. Yeah, just her weapons gain the skill power she normally does. Range is increased, surrounding AoE, range, duration, movement. So multi-hit chance is what she gets, and because most of the mods only increase crit rate, it's better just to get her duration, HP, and other stuff up. So I should really just get rid of all my crit stuff. And this is being used, so let's get rid of that. And there isn't one in there, so that's fine. Let's get rid of this one. It's lovely as it was. I was like, we don't need that crit rate. Again, crit rate, crit damage. Unfortunately, she just doesn't get enough to justify it. Again, crit rate. Yeah, I really underestimated how much crit rate she needed. So I kept a lot of crit mods because I thought it would be good for her. This one's probably not that bad. Who's out on range, which is really rough, but it's only 5% range. Yeah, here's another crit rate one. Cooldown and duration, HP, MP shield. That's not terrible. Crit damage, again, can't really keep that one. Duration and cost, that one's probably really good for her. Crit rate and yeah, see, these numbers are just too low to have any effect on her actual output. So we will continue to roll to I might as well do it to 7 for some of these. Let's roll a couple of these. Yeah, it's a crit. That's trash already. Singular. So mostly you want her dimension damage. There's crit rate again. You really don't need it. All right. Crit rate again. I really fell for the crit rate really hard. The cooldown is not too bad. Crit rate. Alright, that's trash. Crit damage, crit rate, crit. No, there's crit rate again. Welcome back, crit rate. It keeps showing me crit now that I know I don't want it, so. It's pretty funny. HP MP cooldown with a dimension skill modifier. That's not terrible. I actually don't know how well I would do with the MP stuff. Cooldown. Oh, that's a maybe. That's crit rate again. I'll have to see if I can find anything better than that, because I think I would want HP, range, and cost, maybe. Although singular, or no, I think it's dimension. What's her thing? Readjust. No. Because I think singular is the Booba Bomb. Him, Divine Surge, yeah. So singular is the Booba Bomb, and dimension is the other stuff. Okay. Let's try and get back to it. Like, this one's not too bad, because I know she gains off of her HP, but it's a triple positive. I'm trying to reduce my reliance on triple positives, because you get the biggest bonus off of the ones that have a negative. It's still good, so I might keep it, but I think I would prefer other stuff for sure. The duration I don't think you need, because you need cost, because duration is not as important. The duration will only add to the dot damage as far as I'm aware. Crit rate again. Crit damage again. Okay, so that one's a trash one. Duration. Lose out on the fire skill. No, thank you. Let's do one more roll on this one. Ah, there's a crit rate one. Easy to dismantle then. Cooldown and duration. See, cooldown is also really good. Say what you need. For me. I would do it for you. For you. I'll love you long after you're gone. Start bleeding. Sorry, the puppy's going crazy. 1 second. Like a drum, baby, never. Long after you're gone, for you. Shield duration and range. You know, that's interesting, but don't particularly need duration. I'm starting to see that duration might be more of a wasted stat than I thought. Maybe don't stop bleeding. Cost is pretty good though, because I don't know what duration would really give her, because her wings or her flight mode is based off her MP, which is why you want cost. Duration would only give you like increase on the dot damage. So I feel like it would be HP, cooldown, and range would be good. And singular or a dimension for the damage increase. Sorry about that. So you can get the HP to a decent amount. Oh, this would be probably decent for the Booba Bomb. One second, I'm gonna go get me some water real quick. Almost done here. Yeah, I don't think I'll keep that one. Alrighty, I'm back. Let's see. HP and shields is not terrible, but the fire skill negative is pretty rough. Range, dimension. It's not bad. Cooldown, singular modifier, loss in defense. Not super great. This one needs to be rolled. Let's try and keep it on the colorful one, see if it gives me some pity rolls based off of it. There's crit damage no one cares about. That one probably wasn't too bad, but yeah, this one looks like it's just going to get tossed. Yeah. So this one's duration and cost, which is not super terrible. And the loss in the singular means it's not meant for the Booba Bomb, but the other one. Let's switch to this one, just so I can get rid of it. Yeah, Serena seems to have some real rough times getting decent rolls. What the? Amelie. Interesting. Ah, from Darling in the Franks. Okay. Very nice then. Let's get rid of that. Let's just start rolling. I was like, I've been using some decent resources, but like it's not paying off very well, so I'm just gonna just keep going for it. HP and cooldown is not terrible. Yeah, I think the game knows because she's such a strong descendant, they don't want people to roll very high kind of stuff, and I think that's probably why I got like a crazy roll on Enzo, because he's not a very used descendant, that it didn't really hold back on what his mods could be. The negative crit rate damage is not bad. That one's also not super crazy. Crit rate, once again, rearing its head on a character that can never reach it. Shield dimension, that's not terrible. Crit rate again. One of the highest crit rates, almost, so. Pretty good. Singular duration on negative on the crit rate. Probably be decent for the Booba Bomb, but the percentages are always so low that it feels bad that you can't really do anything with them. I guess because she was so strong that they're like, oh, you don't need much. Well, even if you do get something you do want, the numbers end up being so insignificant, it's really worth the spot. Like, this one's probably one of the better ones. Like, skill cost to keep her flying, fire to keep the damage on the thing, but the loss in range means it doesn't really work as an AoE thing. $200. Crazy. Car insurance. Shield, fire, skill cost. You don't want skill cost to go up. Like, she has so many balancing things you have to look out for. It's so rough finding something good for her. Like, this is probably one of the better ones if it wasn't for the range loss. I'll keep it just in case, but we'll see. Skill cooldown cost. Duration. Singular dimension and cooldown. You really don't want cooldown sometimes. Range, cooldown, HP. This is kind of what I wanted, and honestly, it's just, again, all of the things are so low, it doesn't really matter. Like, I got nearly the minimum HP and nearly the minimum cooldown, and the range is only moderate. So it's like, even though it's the things I want, the numbers are so low, it doesn't matter. And crit rate is just not feasible on her for any range, fire, and duration. Loss in dimension. Only 3.7. That range increase at least is something. The fire skill boost is once again near the low end. The duration doesn't matter. At least that's what I'm noticing. Like it's not super crazy. Like what's her highest you can get? Yeah. Like even on the 2 positive, 1 negatives, like a lot of these numbers aren't super huge. And I still don't quite get the shadow number right here. So it's saying 75.4 right next to the 35, but the highest even on the 2 negative can be is like I don't know where it's getting these numbers from, whatever these shadow numbers are. But the only one you need to pay attention to is the one on the right. I kind of want to turn these off so that way I don't even know like what the max is. But like I would be fine just having these on the left. This shadow number is just literally nonsense. Any case, this one is a not terrible one. Like I said, I mostly want range because her fourth, the explosion radius that it chains to is based off the range. So the more range you have on it, the more like she becomes more viable in AoE kind of stuff. And the fire skill is decent. Like I still don't know if duration even does anything for her. Let me see. Because I mean, the only thing would be like how long her healing buffs are on players. Prayer of Redemption. Yeah, so that's just the buff. So I mean, it would be how long the buff lasts on a player. I guess duration wouldn't be that bad because it makes the fourth damage last longer. Mm-hmm. When used in Redemption's Judgment. Yeah, so I guess duration would be good just to make the fourth last longer, the damage. But as long as you have the cooldown like lower or higher. No, the cooldown lower than the duration, then you're just going to have it up constantly. It's just be how often you proc it. So duration is important. Or I might have been looking past duration too badly, but we'll see. Okay. Why did I say I would keep this one? Just for the HP and singular? That's not terrible, yeah. I lost where I was at. Let's see. Cost. Yeah, cost to keep her flying. Fire for the damage. Singular. That's for the booba bomb. It's not a lot. It's only 13. And then there's a random 32% next to it. I don't think I'd keep that one. Let's get rid of that one too. So this is probably not a bad one. It loses out on the boost dimension. I do like the large amount of range. The fire boost is just a little bit. The duration could help keep it up a little bit longer. I could work with that. Singular is the Booba Bomb with fire. Loss in range is rough. Dimension modifier doesn't mean much. The range lowering is not a lot. So that's the thing. There's such minor, like it's a red, but it's only 17%. You can get so much more singular power boost from like a blue mod. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, it feels like Serena's multiplier is just so low that a lot of her mods aren't really worth it. I keep saying that. It's just because the numbers seem so rough. Let me see. Dimension modifier, fire skill, range. I mean, the loss in range is almost as low as it can be, so that could be an okay one. I'll keep that one for the Booba Bomb and see what's up with that. HP defense singular. Crit damage. You never look at crit damage on Serena, I guess. Unless you get the super god roll, but even then that won't really help much. HP, range, and defense? Nah. Let's go ahead and get another roll on this one. Dimension. Like again, I'm trying to keep the positives or keep the triple positives as little as possible because her numbers are so low. Might as well just like have a negative one in there just so it'll at least boost them up a little bit. Like even if it's crit rate, which is fine because she doesn't need it. Like this is not super terrible. But shield she really also doesn't need. Beep beep. Hello, hello. Welcome back. Ascended 6. Hope you're doing well. Don't know if you're home. I'm hoping you're home at this point because that would be a crazy amount of time to not be home. Crit rate is okay. Fence and range. Fire dimension cost wouldn't have been terrible, but they were all blue, so they would have been like single percents. Dimension, singular, and defense. Lost in the singular. This one's not terrible. She really doesn't need it though. Hello, hello, 6. Let's see. Yeah, nothing on that one. Also, these are getting rough to roll. Luckily, I have plenty of the resources. So, like range, skill cost, and MP. That one's not bad. 35. That's the loss in the dimension, but like not. That's basically the same as this one I have over here. That one has duration, so it lasts a little longer. Yeah, the range is about the same. It's only a 1.1 increase. Dimension singular max shield. Yeah, you also don't see a lot of gold dropped from Serena. So range, dimension, skill power, and all you lose is a little bit of MP. Near the max MP, near the max firepower. Oh, car, 1 second. All right. It's an interesting one to have. I might as well hold on to it for just a second. Hello, hello, Talks. Welcome in. Pretty okay. I'm just rolling some mods, just trying to get rid of them before the event ends. I actually got super lucky on Enzo. Ooh, the HP. Lost in duration's rough. No one cares about that. But yeah. I was gonna say I got super lucky on Enzo and got his max crit rate. Like literally the max. Like the highest crit rate you can get on the mod. 510.9% crit rate is what I got. And the negative wasn't bad either. I think it was just a negative on duration. So I'm pretty set for Enzo if I ever wanted to do a crit build when his ultimate came out. But right now I'm rolling Serena and having really rough times trying to keep anything because the numbers are all so low because of her multiplier. Yeah, let me show you if you just give me one moment. I will readjust. We'll switch to Enzo. Yeah, select. Oh, no. Select Enzo. I know it's a little tough to see on screen, but yes, it is this mod right here. It is 510.9 crit rate, max shield 210, and duration down 23. And then I also got a nearly max shield red mod too. I got his max shield at 404% with a duration increase of 29 and a range decrease of 42. So I got very lucky on the Enzo rolls. I kept a couple of other mild ones, like pretty decent ones, but these I was very happy to have basically the max ones for those. Dega, I hope you have a good night and thank you for stopping by. I hope you feel better soon, even though I know it doesn't feel that way. We're happy to have you here. Take care of yourself, Dega. I know, and I'm actually pretty excited to start making a build. I checked to see, so without whatever you call that thing. Arcane tuning. I can hit like 80 something percent crit rate on Enzo. So it's still pretty good. I mean, it's not like anything crazy, but it helps. So right now I'm just rolling Serena, about to get rid of a lot of her mods. I'm keeping a couple just to test them out because they rolled pretty decently, but for the most part, most of these are like not my cup of tea. This is the last one I'm going to roll for her. But how have you been, Tox? How was your day? Thank you very much for asking how mine was. Hopefully yours was pretty good. Singular HP. Again, this is for the Booba Bomb. Because the Booba Bomb is a singular, and the AC 130 Serena is Dimension. Crit rate. Cooldown singular. Probably not bad. Alright, that's the last one. Might. No, it's not. Not keep that one. Okay. We're gonna dismantle. Like she's getting 90% of her mods dismantled. Because I realized it's just not worth. She doesn't get a multiplier high enough to keep any of the crit mods because she's a 10% crit descendant. It would take too much work to get her into any kind of meaningful crit damage. Your day was a day? Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Well, mildly. At least you didn't say it was super terrible, but you know, we know that code for a day was a day is not great, but thank you for being here. Hopefully you get to relax at home, you know, enjoy your time, get some gaming in. like I said, I'm just going to be here rolling some A mods. If there's any that you have any particular interest in, you go ahead and let me know. I'm not going to use all of these mods, but I'm just trying to wither it down because I actually lost some mods in my mailbox because I let it get full. So I'm at 92. Yeah, I think I hit 100 and lost like another 10 before. 6. Hello. Thank you for rolling in together. I love that we got a couple of rolling bears, or ham and bear. I know you're busy in other places, but I appreciate you stopping in to share an emote or two. The Ancestor mod event ends this Thursday, but the second anniversary ones, they end on 2 different dates. So the second anniversary ends in 9 days, which is, next reset. So next week's reset. The Ancestor one, or the AMOD one, where are you? Fragment Exchange, ends in 1 day and 3 hours, which is upcoming reset. So, yeah. And the Evangelion collab lasts 16 days, so like 2 more resets. So there's plenty of time for a lot of stuff. It's just that the Ancestor mod one ends this reset. And the second anniversary one will end next reset. So now that we have that, who is my next one to drop down? Yeah, Serena now only has 4 A mods. Around the world to ease my troubled mind. Yeah, I have 274 of these things if I ever want to buy a ton of mods. I might buy a ton of mods for Raven if this event ever comes back when she's out. Excuse me. Would be Wednesday dailies. Actually, you're right. Did well, no, it would be, or for me, PST. Yeah, that would be Wednesday night. Yeah. So it would be right on Thursday, 12 a.m., which is their normal reset for me. Wouldn't it? Wait, no, you're right. No, today's Monday. Did they move 1 full day back? Did they adjust the reset times? Oh shoot, you're right. Yeah, because then it would be Tuesday and then that would be Wednesday. That's interesting. It's 1 day earlier than normal. Yeah. Do you think they need 1 day of maintenance to like do something? Yeah, so the 1 day before. Yeah, no, it literally says 1 day and 2 hours. So 1 day and 3 hours because it just rolled over past 9. Yeah, I'm not sure. That's right before reset, 1 day before reset. Maybe they have switched to Wednesday reset because the other ones are also aligned like that, right? They have a patch for the weekly. Yeah. No, that's still 9 days. So no, that one still lines up on a Thursday, right? Yeah, because that would be 2 days and 2 hours after the week, which would be Monday, then Wednesday, and then it'll roll into the Thursday 12 a.m. Yeah. So yeah, just the fragment exchange is ending 1 day earlier than expected. So yeah, you have until Wednesday. I'm not sure what's causing that, but yeah. That's why I wanted to finish this up, because I saw that the timer was going down fast. But that does make sense that, yeah, it is on Wednesday. Huh? I guess I did my math wrong. I'm just so used to being on Thursday. I thought I was like, oh yeah, Thursday. I know Ines is getting readjusted. I don't know how, but I'm sure it'll have to do with her ancestor mods and probably how Dark Current works. They released a video recently talking about Blair's rework, Serena's rework, and that they were going to take a look at how Ines is doing, because she is slightly overperforming in the end games activities. Also, I gotta make sure I put a candy down. Yeah, I did. Okay, perfect. And I did all my dailies and stuff, so like I said, right now I am just re-rolling mods just to like reduce, to make space. And Ines would be the next one. Because I think she has the next most amount. Snare, where's Snare? Snare, yeah, she has 27. Yeah, because I've been doing a lot of electric ones. I was mostly trying to get Sharon and Bunny mods. But yeah, Ines I got a lot of Ines ones. Yeah, and I got 23 Bunny ones, which is perfectly fine. I'm trying to keep them all under 20 because there's 20 Descendant right now. The max is 400. If everyone holds around under 20, then I'll keep under 400. Or at least I think there's around 20 Descendants, so. But for right now, we're going to look into Ines or gun build. Makes everything singular. All damage is based off singular, but I do want to have some stuff for Time of the Hunting Hound and her non-red mod ones, because she does big damage in general now on this, and that's tech. Yeah, so singular and tech would be a good to look at. Those are her do damage ones, so. And her non-red mod makes the punch singular. Yeah. And I've seen this singular punch do a ton of damage. So her non-red mod is split between both singular and tech. And that's what makes rolling for her very hard. Like if you get a really high tech one, then that's good for Hunting Hound. If you get a really high singular one, that's good for the gunning. So it's like you can't really focus on one, which is fine. It's good she has both, but like. And also there's plasma condensation. I've heard that one's pretty decent. Plasma ball. I don't even know like what these change really. I heard these got changed, but I never really got a chance to use them. And that's tech. Tech. Okay, so she got changed to tech on that one. So again, both tech and singular are just as important. That's plasma ball, and this is plasma condensation. Tech, tech, tech. Okay, so tech. So most of her stuff is tech. I think the only thing that's singular is the plasma bullet. Yeah. And I have a decent mod just for her Dark Current, which is just like because she's a crit descendant. And she gains crit rate from her MP, so it's like you don't really need as much on a crit mod than you think. Yeah, because that's what it does, right? Let's see. It's a damage multiplier on her MP. Max multiplier is 320. So you would need 800 MP to reach the max damage multiplier. And she gets an MP increase just for having MP. So MP is very important to her, and it's a. And that's why you don't really need crit rate on her mod if you can supplement it with a ton of MP. Like, what am I right now? Yeah, her crit rate is 67, but that doesn't include the MP one because that only activates in battle. But that's why I have this one that's just like a little bit of both. There's some MP in there, there's some crit rate, and some crit damage. The only thing I lose is shields. But I can always have better stuff for sure. And we will check that right now. Yeah, like this is not bad. There's an electric boost. Like I already rolled for her, so I got some decent stuff for her. Gonna get rid of that. Tech electric crit rate. The crit rate might be too high for her. I'll have to see. It is already a. Tech would help out a lot of her other stuff, but it's only on blue. She can definitely do better. So let's get rid of that one. Singular on electric, I'll lose out on decent cooldown, but that's just those are decent boosts to those. And here's a crit rate one with a singular modifier negative, but not bad. Like this is probably better than this. Because the cooldown, because the negative isn't as bad. The crit damage here, is it worse? The loss of HP. You gain an increase to defense, gain a little bit, but that's a lot of crit damage. But it's such, it makes her, she's already a glass cannon. I don't think I can afford losing that much for just crit damage. So let's go ahead and get rid of that one too. Crit rate's pretty decent. HP, so this one's a little bit of a boost with crit rate at a decent point. Singular's okay. Singular could be better though. I'm trying not to keep too many of the triple positives, even though this is like good overall. And again, an HP loss, but this is a much lower HP loss. The other one was 60, which is near the max. Yeah, the max HP loss is 63, and this one's 60. This one is a 20% HP loss. That's much more decent. Comes with decent crit damage, but again, could be better. I could roll this one more. Let's do that. And this is why I like this one right now, because I lose shield. The negative is very important on her, at least, from what I can see. Because she's already such a squishy glass cannon, losing any HP or defense makes her, like, near unusable in some encounters. Victorious, victorious, a brand new stinking Dale. Ines is a 15% crit descendant or a 20% crit descendant, because that would depend on how much crit rate she needs, but she also gains it from her MP. It's very difficult to go off her, so I think I won't be searching for as much crit rate, and I already got enough of it on here. but going for higher crit damage would be good. So let's go for that. Yeah, like this, like even this negative crit rate is probably not super bad if you can just cancel it with the HP. MP, sorry. Tech cooldown. See, this is tech crit rate. It's on a triple. The crit rate is probably low enough where you'll still reach decently good crit, but it at least increases the tech, which is what you want on some of the other skill abilities. Tech electric cost, decent. It's actually a very good boost in the thing. I think I would still like a little bit of crit something. MP increase on here with a tech boost is not bad. That one's a maybe. I'm rolling up to 7 for most of these. Oh, now that's interesting. Decent amount of HP, cooldown, and duration. Duration would make the ring last longer. Cooldown makes it good. Like I said, what I have now, HP would make her very anti-glass cannon like she was. The crit rate is a big loss, but not bad. We'll keep it. We'll have it there just to trick the game into giving us better rolls. This might be important because you want tech for the thing and crit damage for the hunting hound and other ability to do its damage. So I think I would take this one over the other one. The duration, I'm not sure how important it is, but it's there and it means something for sure. We'll keep that one for right now. Crit damage, crit rate. See, now that's some decent crit damage. The crit rate's low, but she doesn't need super much. Also, Talks, sorry, I know you're probably lurking or trying to relax. But if you hear me and have like time to answer, do you happen to know what this faded out number to the left of the next to the actual one is? Because it always seems to be of a different scale compared to what's already there. Unless this is just like the base number and then this is the modified number. You know what? That's actually probably what it could be, because everyone has the whatever you call that thing, the arcane readjustment or whatever it is, where the A mods are adjusted based off of this thing. So the shadow one is probably the base. Very interesting. Crit rate, cooldown range, loss in defense. It's not terrible for sure. All right, last one. Man, want to speak Spanish? This is the one with some mildly decent crit damage, so I'll keep it for right now. Don't lie, I'm starting to feel it's right. Singular electric range, not terrible for sure. MP tech cooldown. Cost cooldown singular. Self-restraining. Hmm. Crit damage, crit rate, singular. Oh, I tossed this one away? Hmm. Let's not toss that one away for right now. Because I do want to test out what would be best for her. Crit damage or buffing her things. Probably crit damage. I mean, it's not super important, but I see that the game audio has cut out. So if you give me just a moment. I mean, I'm only rolling. I'm not like doing anything crazy, but it would be nice just to hear it every once in a while. There we go. Okay. Duration, electric. The range is decent. Range at 90% is pretty decent. HP. Yeah, she's getting a lot of non-negatives, which I actually... Crit rate, shield. That one's not worth keeping. Yeah, because the event is almost over. I'm going pretty hard on some of these rerolls. Cooldown, tech, loss of MP. You'd never want a loss of MP in general. Unless you can afford it with other mods. Here's a singular and tech, so this would be good for her what do you call it? Non-red red mod 1. But this is a tech modifier, which is not as important. But the singular modifier, which I think is the lightning hands, is good with the crit rate. Shield cooldown singular. Crit damage singular HP. Yeah. I mean, I'll take that one for right now. I still, like, I need to figure out what is best for her, like, crit stuff. Now this one looking pretty good. It's singular modifier, but it has crit damage. So if you can reach the crit rate on her own, this would probably be a pretty okay. The duration loss isn't too crazy, but that cooldown means you can spam it more, and I think that's very important. So we'll not touch this one and just keep it. Shield, crit damage. Duration, MP, range. Tech, crit damage, range. But with a loss of MP. It's not a huge loss of MP, but it is still a loss. This one I'm not too sure on. I might not keep it because of the MP loss, but the other stuff is really good. I'll leave that one as a maybe for right now. I don't know. I don't even look at the triple positives. at this point. Yes, sometimes it makes it easy when it gets rid of some stuff like that. Shield cost tech, no. Duration tech shield. It just mixed it up in a different way. Let's keep the negative, see if anything happens with that. The MP loss is huge. It's almost yeah, it's like the most MP you can lose, so that's so rude. I'm also not really looking at most of these blue level stuff. I was like, because at this point I'm just trying to be very strict on what I keep and roll. I'm also not trying to use too many of my rings. Also, I went one too far on that one. MP crit rate cost. But because it is a Ness and I've been using her a lot, I do want to at least get a decent mod for her. She has a decent one. Actually, what is this? Only cost 1 to readjust? That's crazy. Alright, let's see. Okay, try and keep the gold and red numbers on this left side as much as possible, because it feels like the game tries to compensate that by giving you slightly higher rolls on the right, but not always. It just, I know it's mostly pure random, but it's just that seems to have happened on some cases. Shield MP HP. Let's toss it with a decent one. Now this one's not bad. Electric. So these are just based increases. And it's only costing skill cost. But the numbers on some of the modifiers are pretty rough. The electric is nice, but the tech boost is pretty low. Although it's probably going to end up being the best we get from this roll or this mod. Yeah. Because, like I said, I'm not looking at just triple positives anymore. It's got to have a negative, and that negative's got to be not super crazy. This one's a maybe. I need to like actually test some of these out on some of them, but I really just like the mod I have on right now because it has a negative shield with all of the proper things she needs. So the chances that I actually give like this is just generally good because it's like more MP with more cooldown. I mean, it doesn't have a negative attached to it, but like if I wanted to test how much 21 MP would give me, it'd be pretty easy to find out. Again, another maybe. Nah, we'll still keep the other one. The chances this one's going to get destroyed anyways is pretty high, yeah. Tech, electric range, loss in defense. Another squishy one, but at least it's got some decent stuff on there. Range and cooldown. Duration cooldown. Rate a little too high, with the cooldown being pretty negative on that one. Okay. Yeah, this is the one I rolled too high on. These I'm getting rid of. I have a lot of maybes in there. I'll probably look over those maybes and then just see if I can lower those, because I'm trying to make sure everyone has at least under 20. That's why I'm being more strict. Like, this is a triple positive. Crit damage, crit rate. Highest crit damage I have so far. And this one's crit rate, tech modifier. So this is just a boost to the thing, but it's crit, so it actually crits. I'll get rid of it too. This crit damage one I want to see, just to see which one's more important. This is the tech singular, which is good for both of her non-red mod one. Tech range and crit damage. So this one has tech and crit damage, but loss in MP. So I have to make up for the crit rate. We won't be going for too much longer, just about another half hour. I might try and do an activity or two, but I think I'm doing pretty well just being here and dismantling these things while I try and figure out what's good on them. Now when I just want to test, it's crit rate with decent crit damage. So this one's a little bit of everything. The singular skill modifier isn't super crazy, but it's something. Now these are both high power boost, which in the end can really buff something. Crit, singular, crit rate, singular, and electric. So this one's like this one, except this one comes with crit rate. So it's 40, 40, 230. This one is 60 and 70. So this is actually much more base power boost, or at least elemental power boost. But these are both like even. These are both really interesting to see. And here's the crit rate and crit damage. The crit rate being pretty high. The crit damage also being mildly high with a singular skill modifier. This one I might take out. Let's see, what do I have on right now? See, that one's a decent one because it's cool. Crit rate's 256. Yeah, I think with crit rate 256, it's not too bad. About 300 skill modifier, crit damage 117. Yeah, so this one comes with a higher crit damage, and it's a loss in shield rather than a loss in HP. Yeah, let's just get rid of this one too. It's only one reroll. I'll keep it and then just dismantle it later, or reroll it. Yeah, because this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is 12. 12 is good enough. 2 rows. 2 or 3 rows is more than fine. How much space have I made thus far? About 50. I need to make 90, so I do have to work on the other descendants too. And it's just about like knowing what I might go with Bunny. I think she's next. Um, I have made a crit bunny build, so I have a decent mod for that, but there's always better ones. One moment, I need to check on something. All right, I'm back. Thank you. Sorry about that. Needed to, just take a breather for something. I haven't been feeling the greatest and just, wanted a slightly lower energy, relaxing stream to hopefully take my mind off of it, but it didn't, which is fine. We're going to continue trying to get rid of a few more mods for about half an hour, and then we'll see where we can go out. Let's collect what I can right now and see if anyone gets a particularly high amount. Because I know I have a ton of Ines ones and Sharon one. I have a lot of electric characters in there from the tickets or from the chips. Yeah, so I went from 92 to 37. It's a pretty decent amount. Okay, I hear that the music stopped. I'm wondering if that's just a change in music or if it stopped on its own. Okay, there was a change in music. Perfect. All right, let's see who got a bunch right now. Serena got a bunch because she was at 4, now she's at 7, so Bunny's still probably going to be our highest. Yeah, Bunny's still our highest right now. Kyle or Freyna, actually Freyna could use a look at right now. Ajax is also being looked at. And the other one is Tactician, which is Nell. I was hoping for a few more Sharon mods, but it doesn't always come to like that. So I'll probably, yeah, Sharon's at 16. Bunny's at 29. So I'll definitely try to trim down Bunnies and then see what I need for the other ones. I'm not sure if I have shown off my bunny outfit, but it's just the Electric God one. Shows really bright colors for her. Kept some of the stuff in darkness just to make sure it balanced out. Like the ropes on her are still dark, but everything else is like nice and bright to match her like energy kind of thing. Okay, so this is the thing I was curious about for one of these. She has a new AMOD. I actually don't know if I've leveled it. Not AMOD, red mod. Yeah. Electric Link. I think this one. Electric Link, I think, is the gun one, and I actually don't know what her kick one is called. So again, am I missing it? Module. No, I have them all. Descendant. Bunny. Bionic Fuel. Which one of these is her new kick mod? Rabbit's Foot. Oh, no. Changes throw bomb, speed of light, lightning emission, and rabbit foot to be more useful for firearms. Yeah, so this is her gun build. That's gunny. Is it electric charge? Oh yeah, here it is. Into a beam attack that pierces through enemies and allows the rabbit foot landing attack to be enhanced. Oh wait, is the kick one her base one now? Descendant module. Yes, it is. Okay. Flash kick. Yeah, look at how much damage Flash kick already does. It does 38,000 times skill power. So the kick does a ton of damage. So like a no and max protective barrier gain is HP plus shield. Interesting. And I think it releases an AoE afterwards. Unless that's also a mod. This one is called Flash Kick. Do any of these affect Flash Kick? So they can perform a ranged attack. Oh, yes. Electric Transmission is the one that got changed then. Yeah, this one. I've heard this one does really well as well. Electric Transmission is the new one. Because you do a kick one and then it just like does an AoE to the other stuff. Where the Electric Wave also does like 26,000 multiplier. So it's like it's huge. And a lot of her stuff doesn't have cooldowns. You just need to actually build up her electric. She only can do it when her electric is maxed out. So I have a crit build for her. So this is my crit build. Can I just trade this out for that one? I'll have to be looking into that a little bit more. Electric charge. Yeah, this is the beam attack I used for some of the old Colossus bosses. Let's see what we got for Bunny then. She has a couple of different ones. Descendant modules. So this one's the beam one. Is this where the 500? No. Where did I put the 500 in? This one? Oh, I did just to try it out, just to see how much it would affect it. So on a even on a non-crit build, so this is a non-crit build. It has amplification and electric amplification. So the crit damage and the crit rate are down very low. This 500% still gets you to about 60%. or 69%. Yeah, 69%. And then you toss in a blue beetle on that. So with a non-crit build, you can still crit about 80%, maybe even more. That's actually kind of crazy. So for now, I'll leave those mods alone just because they're apparently what I need for that. Cooldown sync. Yeah, see, I remember using this one for a non-crit build. Loses out on shield. But because I have a crit build, I might be looking to not keep the non-crit ones. Singular power boost, crit damage, defense. Like, that's high singular power boost, but the crit damage is not really needed. I'll just get rid of it. 2, 3. I'm trying not to keep too many just triple positive, even though all of these, there's a couple of these that are just triple positives. They just hit the right amount of crit rate that she needs to reach 100% crit rate. Like this one, I might trade out and see if I can find other stuff. Hello, Tox. Welcome back. Nice to have you here. Just looking into Bunny's stuff to see if I can rock either a crit build or a gunny build. I actually don't know what a gunny build needs. She probably just needs duration and cooldown, probably. Did you miss any good rolls? For Bunny, not too much. I think the last one I rolled was Serena. I have a couple of crit ones in here for Bunny. Like she definitely can reach high numbers. Actually, I rolled some stuff for Ines earlier. I think I got something nice in there. But yeah, I got this 505 crit rate for Bunny. And then I got a couple of crit rate ones in here just because I want to make a crit build. So now I'm looking to see if I can make her gunny build work and the flash kick, which is the no red mod one. Or the electric, not condensed, but the other one. But yeah. Hello, Shin. Welcome in. Hope you're doing well. Thank you very much for being here. Tox, would you have any input on what I would need for like the gunny build? I'm not sure if you built it yourself or anything. Like as far as the A mod goes, I was like, I'm assuming it has to do something with cooldown because usually gun related stuff don't usually use the skill, but I'm assuming she still runs, right? That would be Bunny Link. Yeah. Your least knowledge. Oh, that's right. Yeah, because you're not too like interested in how she plays, if I remember correctly, which is understandable. But I still want to like build her. I'm trying to get good rolls on like most of the Descendants. Yeah. Bolt maneuver increases gain. Bolt gains addition while moving. While bolt consumes electricity to instantly reload. Oh, okay. So her sprint. So she still sprints, and then she reloads based off the sprint. And she gains movement speed. Okay. I wonder if she has to like use it to like if she has to press it or if she just like instantly reloads and it takes it from the gun itself. Thrill bomb. So thrill bomb also reloads current firearm. So like you press this and it reloads. So that's cool. So the 1 and the 2 reload. Yeah. Bolt maneuver gains additional electricity while moving. While bolt maneuver is active, consumes electricity to instantly reload. Electric infusion, yeah, for her beam and her kick and stuff, yeah. On skill hit, acquires protective barrier proportional to the amount of electricity consumed. Okay. You don't know anything about Ganin? No, yeah, that's perfectly okay. Thank you. Like I have a crit build and I have like some decent singular and fusion rolls. Let me see. But just wanted to check to see if there was anything specific I should be looking into. Yeah, crit damage, crit rate, singular. So I have a couple of ones. I just wanted to make sure. Like for it looks like for Gunny, she doesn't need duration because it's based off her thing. So like I think Gunny doesn't really need an A mod outside of maybe HP and MP maybe. Then I might hold off on rolling her stuff, even though it's cheaper right now. I might as well just try and roll for like some good crits or something. But I know she doesn't need too much to reach 100, but it's always good to have some good crit mods. What skill makes her better with weapons? So, from what it looks like, it's the red mod is called Electric Link. And it has changed the first one, Thrill Bomb, to when you use it, it instantly reloads her weapon. And her sprint ability has been changed to Bolt Maneuvering, where she still runs, but when she can run and shoot. It's not as much, like obviously she's not like sprinting, but she moves a little bit faster. And when bolt maneuvering is active, it consumes electricity to instantly reload her weapon. So it looks like a lot of it's based on just keeping her shooting, but there's a resource to it. The first skill again, yeah. So cooldown is definitely going to be important because you want to reach the low cooldown. The electricity cost is 50. I don't know what her max one is. I'm assuming the damage on it doesn't really need to be super high. Yeah, the range is okay. So this is just about firing the one as much as you get. Yeah, it's just kind of like her normal one, except when it hits something, it reloads your weapon. It also, Electric Link increases the firearm attack. So this is what you would use to gain more attack. And it increases fire rate too. Interesting. So she gains 20% fire rate and 85% firearm attack. And this one doesn't really do anything. This is just moving while gunning. It'll induce electricity. So her AoE one now isn't centered around her body, but rather where she's shooting. So like if you're shooting something, that ring that normally is around her when she runs is now going to be off of whoever you're shooting. Yeah, it still does decent damage. It's got decent range. Time to trigger 20 seconds. So it feels like cooldown is going to be important for Gunny. Deals damage to nearby enemies each time the firearm is fired a set number of times, increasing damage proportional to the amount of electricity. So you still want to like keep your electricity up. So you still want to run while you do stuff. And then the kick gives you AoE. So you're practically not using your fourth, but it's going to be cooled down. Rabbit foot. And this is just when she jumps, right? Yeah, when she double jumps. Hello, can I get back to that? There we go. Gain electricity proportional to the travel distance and number of shots fired. So she gains electricity from shooting stuff. If there's no movement for a certain amount, and so it acts like normal. So except she gains electricity from shooting, she can run or slightly sprint while shooting. Yeah, interesting. Every 5 times she fires, so rapid fire guns would be good for her. So every 5 bullets, it looks like she gains a little bit of electricity. I mean, I'm sure she's built so that Thunder Cage is her gun kind of stuff, but that's interesting. So cooldown's very important for her in that sense. Okay, I'll try and roll a couple because it is getting about that time where I'm going to be heading out. So let's see. What do we have actually? So that's singular credential. Like I said, I'm trying not to keep a lot of the triple positives, even though that they land in the numbers I want, and I'm keeping a couple right now. But once I filter out good ones, I'll probably get rid of a few. This cooldown's very rough. Yeah, it's almost the highest cooldown increase it can be. Even though it's got decent crit rate, fusion, and range. Yeah, I don't think I'd keep that. Okay. And again, it's a triple positive, triple positive. Yeah, I'm trying really hard not to keep triple positives. Because you gain more of a decent impact to your build when you use triple positive or double positives, one negative. Although Bunny's ratio is so high that even the triple positives do good work. Let's see. Like, I want to roll some of these, even though they're not like exactly what I want. That's an MP increase. That's a shield increase with a fusion modifier. I was like, I don't know why I would even keep that. The MP is tantalizing, but she rarely uses her MP. Electric boost, the skill cost is still pretty high. Would rather not, because then she wouldn't be able to sprint as far. This one I'm only keeping because that whatever you call it, that shield's pretty good if you ever do want to make like a bionic bunny with the shield bot build. Shield, and this is the same except it comes purple, losing crit rate. Comes with more. Oh. It's an 80% difference. Now let's get rid of this one for right now just because that crit rate is so rough. Cooldown doesn't seem really interesting. I thought you would want to be able to fire off the one occasionally and be able to use the kick when you want to do something like that. Were you able to find some other stats that are more important? The duration of the buff is longer than the one's cooldown. Yeah, the weapon buff. I'm sure the weapon buff is, but it's just like the instant reload part. Although I guess because you get instant reload off of the 2 also. Interesting. Yeah, for her other abilities and stuff still. Because it would be the same, right? Like the electricity that comes off of it counts as a skill, similar like Serena. So I would need to look out for a singular increase for something, yeah. No, that definitely does help out a lot. Thank you. Because I have this one with decent cooldown, singular modifier, and that, but the crit damage, yeah. No, that's just a guess from what I showed. No, yeah, I appreciate it. I know that, like I said, it's my first time looking into it, so having another set of eyes helps too. Why would I keep this one? What the? This one's fusion with a cooldown. I don't think I got anything singular related. A lot of these are unrolled, but might as well just check out some of them. Ah, well, this could be something a little bit more useful. It's got a pretty rough electric power boost ratio, but this is crit rate. Skill cost could be good. So this one has potential right here. Because if the skill cost can be reduced on how much uh, energy is used when she is instantly reloading, then maybe she can fire longer without having to like fight for the electricity she's making. Yeah. Okay. Well, I was planning to re-roll a couple, but the time is running short, and I think I will just end the night with a Wally. Might be less important with the yeah, because that just depends on like how much it is. So it says it's 0.2, I think. Was it 0.2 or 0.8? So like depending on how fast it is. Yeah, I'll have to actually like build it and use it at least a little bit before I can see what seems important on it. But no, this has been helping because it is nice to hear the thoughts of someone else that has done proper builds. This is my first time doing one without like a, well, not my first time doing one without a video, but for like a new mod kind of. Just thinking of what it does. I just missed the door. The Wally's gonna die like in an instant, which is fine, but give us a good chance to like wind it down. Yeah. No, yeah, for sure. The building has been pretty fun. I built the. It's not super hard to build a crit build, but I built like my own little crit build just to have everything kind of like evened out rather than just be pure damage. So like, it's got like good utility in range and like things, so I don't have to run MP collector for some stuff. Like it's not like hitting like bajillions of numbers, but it's hitting like good enough for what a bunny crit build does. So it's very nice. I really like it. Like it feels good and does good damage. It's was I hitting 2 millions on that at some point? So someone else is doing some kind of debuff. Because I usually don't hit 2 millions because I don't have this thing like properly like super built, but it's nice when it does happen. Seem to be the damage dealer of the group for right now. What do we have? We have a lot of VSs and bunnies and Valvies. A lot of gun descendants with abilities. Guys in missile mode right now. Yeah, all it takes is a little bit of ramp up. Also, I realized the game audio isn't working, which is fine because this Wally can get crazy. Eraser with Glade. No, I have heard of that though. I have to build an eraser, but yeah, like I said, I just use this for the thing. I know it's good for the boss, and also it has like its good AOE stuff. I don't know the Void Colossus boss. The electric one right now, but no, I have not. If you're interested, yeah. I'm running actually incredibly low on catalyst, and I've been using them mostly to build up Descendants to 60. I do need to focus on weapons at some point, but I'm really trying to push the Descendants to 60. Let me see. Like I said, I was working on all the non-ultimate Descendants. So I have Lepic, Haley, Ness, Serena, Nell, Harris, Freyna, and Daya. I'm working on Daya. See, Daya's at 51. And then once that, all of the female descends, and then I was going to work on the male ones. So the next one's going to be Enzo because his ultimate's coming up. So that way, once their ultimate comes out, I can just use the transfer chip and just slap all those modules in there and get a little refund for whatever they have. You've been joining it? Okay, that's cool. Yeah, I'll have to look into the eraser because I have heard and seen it. I know Angel definitely enjoys it. So let me see. Who do I want to exit with? I've got a lot of lovely ladies to. Let's go with Luna. I don't play Luna in general, but I also don't get to see my Luna in general. The red chest and void vessels are saving you. Oh, that's right, from running out of resources. Yeah, the free ones. Yeah, see, I just like look at that. This is just her base outfit colored a little bit differently, but I cannot get enough of how well shaped Luna is. All right, let me go to. That's good enough for right now. But yeah, GG's. Thank you everyone for being here, for stopping in. It was a little bit more of a low energy thing as I try to conserve my, not sanity, but to conserve my well-being. We are going to be heading out to our one and only lovely Dagshoe, if he is still on, because last time I rated him, he ended a little bit earlier than I expected, so I'm hoping to catch him this time. I should check first, so give me just a moment. Yes, and it looks like he is enjoying the hot new craze, Pow World. I mean, Pow World has been around for a while. A lot of people have been enjoying it. Not something I see myself playing too much, but I might dip a toe in it or something just to see how it feels. But for right now, I'm not looking particularly fond at the Power World experience. But for right now, yes, I will be. I'm going to give a shout out to Dag just in case like the raid does not pull you. You are more than welcome to follow the link. Thank you very much, Talks, for being here, and the talks. Excuse me, and the conversation. It's always amazing. So, and let's see. Can I still do a raid proper? Yes, perfect. What a great song to end out while Luna is dancing like this. But yeah, appreciate all of you for being here. Thank you so much for keeping me company on this fine gaming day. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your night or morning, whatever time it may be for you. Um, be sure to, stay hydrated, drink your water, your soda, your juices, whatever it may be. Have some snacks that you enjoy. Take care of yourself and treat yourself as best you can. Sleep is very important, so acquire it whenever you have the time. But as always, most importantly, rest well. Bye bye, everyone.